Hello universe, welcome to my world. Before we do Angelina Jordan today, I want to talk to you about standing out from the crowd and not being ordinary. We're talking about music, but also how you appear as a person. If you look back in history, early 20th century, people didn't really stick out from the crowd. Everyone wore black caps and black hats, black coats, and most everyone looked anonymous. There was no pressure to appear any different than anyone else. In fact, in Scandinavia, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, there's something called the law of Jante's law, which actually encourages people to conform, to be like everyone else, so that you don't promote yourself. By the second half of the 20th century, this completely changed. If you look at the Beatles, part of their strategy was not only to show their fashion with their jackets without collars, but they pioneered the Beatles hairdo, which was known as the mop tops. And if you look at Amy Winehouse, not only was her music distinctive, but look at her famous beehive hairstyle, which made her stand out from the crowd and made her seem very extraordinary. And combining fashion and music, in the late 70s we had the punk era, which is very distinctive. And of course, if you want to go to extremes of standing out from the crowd, there's always body art. And we'll be looking at this whole phenomena through one song, Scared to be Lonely, which is only 5 years old. And we'll get to the original just before we get to Angelina Jordan. We're looking at very extraordinary ways that musicians and singers have tried to make it appear distinctive and different. With the first example, the singer's name is Sam Tsui, and absolutely no explanation is required. You will see immediately how this performance is very distinctive.
It was great from the very start. Hands on each other, couldn't stand to be far apart. Closer the better. Now we're picking fights and we're slamming doors, magnifying all our flaws.
Next, we come to a Swedish duet by the name of Kayak. What makes this performance unusual is how totally in unison the voices are. It's subtle, but if you listen carefully, they're really, absolutely identically matched. And something else which struck me, which is also very subtle, I had to look really hard to make sure that there was not some trick photography and that this duet was actually the same person with different hairstyles. Trick photography has a lot to answer for.
It was great at the very start. Hands on each other, couldn't stand to be far apart. The closer the better. Now we're picking fights, slamming doors, magnifying all our flaws.
The next performance is by Jay Fla. She's a Korean singer. There's several things distinctive and out of the ordinary for me in this video. We only see one profile of her, a bit like the moon. We're only seeing one side of her face. And she has a very distinctive, very creative, very effective bobbing of her hair while she sings in rhythm. And the other thing which strikes me is, for me, she is ageless. I can look at the singer and not have any idea if she's 15 or 20 or 30, which is very unusual feature when you watch the singer perform.
It was great at the very start. Hands on each other, couldn't stand to be far apart. Closer the better. Now we're picking fights and slamming doors, magnifying all our flaws. And I wonder why, wonder what for, why we keep coming back for more. Is it just our bodies, or we both losing our minds?
Next, we come to a very unusual group from Boston, Blacklight Vocals, and they're unusual because they combine a cappella with beatbox. Do you not know what beatbox is? Have a listen to this. The fellow sitting on the left, he's the beatbox performer, and he blends in really well to the a cappella version.
Now we're picking fights and slamming doors, magnifying all our flaws, and I wonder why, wonder what for, why we keep coming back for more. Is it just our bodies? Are we both losing our minds? Is the only reason you're holding me tonight 'cause we're scared to be lonely?
Next we come to the original. The original is a collaboration between the Dutch producer Martin Garrix and the English singer Dua Lipa. It's from 2017. It's a very good song and it's a great video. And if we listen to the song and we watch the video, they're both very good, but there's nothing which really stands out and grabs you. But if we just scratch the surface, we find all unusual, out of the ordinary stuff. For example, did you know that this 3-minute song was written by 5 songwriters, Martin Garrix and 4 others? And also, it was produced with 4 different producers, Martin Garrix and 3 other producers. When you're a rock star, you're allowed to have anything you want at breakfast. And here Martin Garrix shows off his dance moves. And there's a wonderful feature in the video where they actually use 2 drones in the filming, and they talk about how you have to deal with the danger.
The action for you guys is to get your eyes on the drones, and if it's coming towards you, get out of its way. But if it's not, please stay where you are to allow other people to get out of the way if they need to.
The performance that we're going to hear of the original is from a festival, and Dua Lipa, the singer, she's dressed up in red as if she were a bride on the top of a wedding cake. And Martin Garrix, in the middle of the song, puts on a wig to make himself look like a mad professor. This is an example of EDM, electronic dance music, and this appeals to the clubbing generation.
Couldn't stand to be far apart, close to the better. Now we're picking fights and slamming doors, magnifying all our flaws.
Now we come to our main feature, Angelina Jordan. What we've said previously, we have to throw everything out. None of that applies to Angelina Jordan. She uses no gimmicks. She doesn't go for anything out of the ordinary. She just uses something very basic, and that is her pure, raw talent. And you can see it instantly. She doesn't need anything distinctive about her performance. Her performance speaks for itself and sings for itself. This is what we're talking about.
It was great at the very start, hands on each other, couldn't stand to be far apart, closer the better. Now we picking fights, slamming doors, magnifying all our flaws, and I wonder why. Wonder what for, why we keep coming back for more. Is it just our bodies? Are we all losing our minds? Is the only reason you're holding me tonight 'cause we're scared to be lonely?
When you have pure, raw talent, you don't need any gimmicks. You can just put it up front, everyone can see it, and then everything falls into place. We will continue to highlight the talents of Angelina Jordan. Okay, gang, I'm out of here. I'll catch you later.